Welcome, you butt monkeys, to TP for your ear holes. It's time for a mini-sode.
Yay!
My name is Charlene Schmidt, and with me is...
Patrick Schmidt.
Yeah! We have some recent developments about where you can watch Beavis and Butt-head. Finally, some very awaited news has broken. We gotta talk about it.
Yes. And for those of you who were so excited for this week's episode that we teased before, don't worry. That's coming out next week. That's still in the works.
Yeah, don't you worry. We just thought, in the meantime, while we were talking about Paramount and the future of Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-head, it seemed really important to discuss new programming options for all of Beavis and Butt-head. So let's get into it.
Yay!
The first thing that got released in recent memory is that Beavis and Butt-head is coming to Netflix, at least in the US, starting June 16th.
Yes, and this is big.
It is big. Yeah, we'll have to go into that. But first, let's tell you about what's going over, and that is the classic series that's going to be there. At least the Mike Judge collection, which you specifically noted. It is those episodes, probably without videos. That's my guess.
Probably without videos, and definitely not the complete series.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but that's what we're going to get. And the first 2 seasons of Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-head are coming out, with one questionable thing in between here. What about season 8?
That's a good question. I don't know, and everything I've read is unclear about whether season 8's going to be included.
Right. On one hand, you could say that season 8 is an extension of the Mike Judge collection. It's volume 4.
Right.
Often considered to be anyway. But, you know, everything that I've been reading about this announcement does not say anything at all about the 2011 season, which makes me think that maybe it's getting left out. Why? Don't know.
It's entirely possible, too. We'll have to see when it comes out on Netflix on June 16th.
That's right. You mentioned that this is a big move. And
yes,
it is. There's possibly some really great advantages for Beavis and Butt-head to be going on Netflix in the coming weeks. And this is not a atypical move either, especially for Paramount properties. Many shows have done this kind of back and forth between streaming services over the years.
Sure.
And I think the big thing, the big change, and the big advantage of going to Netflix is simply the amount of people who are subscribed to Netflix. Beavis and Butt-head is going to reach a much greater audience on Netflix than it ever will on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's about 4 times the audience.
Yeah, so I did have to look up numbers, of course. And what I found was on digitaltrends.com, which cites the streamer-reported subscriber counts. They have Paramount Plus at 77 million subscribers. Netflix has 301.6 million.
That's a little bit of a difference.
Just a tad.
Yes.
So you're automatically bringing the show to more people for either rewatching it because, hey, I have Netflix and I loved Beavis and Butt-head back in the 90s. Heck yeah, I'm going to watch this again. Or a brand new audience. And that's never, ever, ever a bad thing.
Yeah, and I'm curious if Beavis and Butt-head will get 4 times the audience size being on a platform that has 4 times the subscribers. That will be really interesting to watch, and I want to be optimistic at this point. I want to be optimistic that this is going to bring about a Beavis and Butt-head renaissance.
Oh, we can only hope for that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yes. I love the optimism. I'm going to be a little bit of a downer.
Oh, okay, Debbie.
Because I'm going to ask a question I must ask.
Mm-hmm.
How long before the show moves again, and to where? Is this just sort of a placeholder while Paramount, Skydance, Warner Brothers, and whatever else they're merging with this week is getting their crap together? Or is this going to be like a years-long thing where, hey, if it's successful on Netflix, maybe they're going to want to renew, and it'll be there longer? We do not know, of course. It's just these things change so rapidly and so often. I just hope putting Beavis and Butt-head on Netflix, I don't want it to be so short-lived that it misses the opportunity to reach its audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My take on this is that I am excited, I'm optimistic, but I'm also fearful because what was not included in addition to season 8, in addition to the non-Mike Judge stuff, is season 3 of Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-head is not going to be on Netflix. And that's a concern because people can't get the newest stuff where they can get the oldest stuff. And that is a concern.
Absolutely it is. And when this press release came out, the first question out of everybody's mouth was, what about season 3 of Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-head? Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because we have been waiting and waiting and waiting for Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-head season 3 to go anywhere on any streaming service whatsoever. And then last week happened. We finally have some news about that.
Yes, we do. This is huge, and this really did catch me by surprise. I was not ready for this news, but what was that news, Shar?
Season 3 is finally going to be streaming in the US on Paramount Plus June 10th.
Woohoo!
So yay, June's going to be a big month for some Beavis and Butt-head. And at first I was a little dubious about this because what I was reading was mostly from pop culture and media blogs that had copied and pasted a press release basically of, hey, what's coming to Paramount Plus in June? Which doesn't mean it's not credible. It's just, I want the official source to confirm.
Sure.
And the best thing I really could find is just CBR, which is a pop culture site and what have you. But if they're publishing it, chances are very good that this is credible. And that is awesome. Finally, there is a little bit of an outlet for this season, which everybody has wanted to watch that doesn't have Comedy Central and has not had the chance to because it's taken so fucking long. And why?
Yes.
The only thing I can possibly speculate is the Comedy Central contract. It's finally run out, and now they can put it on a streaming service.
Yeah, there has to be something contractual.
Yeah.
There really does, because in this day and age, like, you don't wait as long as these guys have waited to put a show that originally aired on cable on a streaming service. Like, this just doesn't happen anymore.
It really doesn't. This is a huge misstep that they have made with this contract because the fact that it did take so long really might not be so great for the numbers when the season finally does drop on Paramount Plus. So many folks have resorted to the high seas to watch the show, understandably, because you could not find it anywhere else. And there's also a lot of folks out there who have canceled Paramount Plus due to a number of factors happening all kind of at once. We've had the merger stuff, who's controlling these companies. You may not like that. There was the whole thing about the Colbert cancellation and how that went down. And then for a lot of Beavis and Butt-head fans, simply not having the newest season on Paramount Plus made a lot of people question, why am I subscribing to a service that isn't bringing me the content I want? Canceled.
Yep.
All understandable.
Absolutely. And I think it makes a lot of sense that there were a lot of fans, I think, who subscribed to Paramount Plus waiting for the season, waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally were just like, this is stupid. And now they're going to have 2 accounts. They have to have a Netflix account for the old stuff and a Paramount Plus account for the new stuff, which I don't like, but I'm sure the contractual language makes that our reality one way or another.
Always has, but is very noticeable in this particular instance. I'm kind of with you on the whole 2 services front. Most people are tapped out on how much they can afford to subscribe to and stream. Our house is a serial streaming house. We have maybe 2 services going at any one time, cancel, go to another one, and so forth. So the fact that Beavis and Butt-head is in 2 different locations is definitely going to make people pick and choose.
And personally, what I would love to see is Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-head available in a physical version.
Yes, please. Me too. I want discs.
Yes. I want something I can keep in my house for as long as I live. And with the instability, as we have covered time and time again, the instability of where things are going to be found and how long they're going to be there makes me very nervous for this being a new era of lost media.
Yes. And here's one more speculation on my part that I have about this whole thing. Because of mergers with Paramount and Skydance now merging with Warner Brothers, might Paramount Plus be folded into HBO Max or something like that? Sort of like how Hulu and Disney Plus are sort of slowly becoming a thing and they'll probably consolidate. Are we going to see more of that, and how is that going to affect access to content?
Great question.
Now, it might be a good thing where we have fewer services we have to subscribe to, but they'll jack up the price the more content they have.
Yeah. And to be clear, if some of that content is Beavis and Butt-head, shut up and take my money. I'm okay with that. And if you have content that I want, I'm willing to pay for it. That's part of the deal. And
yes.
At the same time, I'm also very, very willing to admit that whatever our subscription cost to Netflix is, it's fractions of a penny that are going to Beavis and Butt-head.
Exactly. That's something to take into account too.
Instead of, when you sell me that DVD or that Blu-ray, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, that's all going to you.
Yeah, certainly a more substantial amount. Yeah. So could we please have those discs? Pretty please?
But we also don't want to come off as unappreciative either. We're glad that these series are going to be more available to more people. And we're certainly glad, even though it's late, that season 3 is finally out on some streaming service. So even though we might be upset about the timing, we are not upset about June being a big month for streaming Beavis and Butt-head.
Yeah. It's nice to finally have some news and some movement. Definitely not mad about this. And I hope if you do have a Paramount Plus subscription, you will watch Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-head season 3. If you have Netflix, hey, just put it on play. Even if you've heard it a million times before, you're going to kind of along with it no matter what you're doing anyway. So yeah, let's call this a win for right now and enjoy it.
And support it as much as we can. Yeah, I think, Shara, your take of just let it run in the background is a really, really good take. And let's all try to do that here over the next couple of weeks as these things hit their new platforms.
Yeah, boost those numbers. Let the powers that be know that this is a franchise we love, we want, we support, all that stuff. You can vote with your time and your dollars. Make the most of them. And so with that, I think that takes care of the news for now.
It does. I believe that's a mini-sode, and we're excited to, again, share this with you and share this experience with you of what it's like to have these particular episodes streaming on these particular services. And we want to hear from you, especially after they drop.
Yeah, let us know what your strategy is for, I don't know, how you want to go about being a fan of the show and showing your support. And to do that, Patrick, will you tell everybody how they can contact us?
We do have a website, tpforyourearholes.com. That's where you can find the contact form to reach out to us directly. Now, that said, we are also on Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. All of those places we are at TP for Your Earholes. Comments are great, likes are great, subscriptions are great. All those things help us find more people who love this show and help us build this community, so we really appreciate it.
Yeah, and hey, while you're at it, tell your friends where Beavis and Butt-head is going so that they watch too.
Yeah.
Next week, we've already teased it once, but we should tease it again because it really is that big and that important. You've got a bit of a surprise for us all, don't you?
I do. I just completed my series rewatch, and there is a specific aspect of this show that I really have wanted to look at for a long time. I have a spreadsheet. I shouldn't say that. I have multiple spreadsheets.
Of course you do.
And I'm ready to really dig into something that I think all of you will also be very interested to explore with me. And I cannot wait to share that with you next week.